Davis gets a wide open look. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Topic is checked in for the Thunder. And Dallas also making a switch. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Irving. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Hardaway for three. It's good from long range.
That's one of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s favorite shots. Not just the ones that go in, but from that spot on the floor.
Inside. And the basket by Jay. And now that's 11 points for Jay.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Here's Tyson. He has yet to score. From deep. It's rebounded by Topic. The Thunder leading by 11. Down low. Here's Jay. The layup off target.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup. Tried to go to something else and flat out choked it.
To the paint. Here's Hardy. Got a hand on it.
That's the kind of defense you love seeing from Achua. Like how engaged he was there.
To the middle. Here's Jay, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Some changes. Achua comes in for Maggette, and Jay subbed in for Alex Caruso. And Dallas with a change here too. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. So with Davis sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. We've got Hardaway. He's out there with Irving. And it's Prosper in the power forward. Pass to Topic. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And let's get an update on Jaden Hardy's injury. David, what's the news there?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Mavericks gave us some information. Oh, that is not what you want to see. And it sounds like it's a serious injury. This injury could be devastating for them. This is a team that had title hopes, Kevin, and this is not what they need.
Thank you, David. Guys, the only thing we can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
Yeah, we always think about when players go down, how terrible a blow it can be for the team. We wish him well and hope he's on the floor quickly.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Jay in that last matchup against Utah was all business. He scored 35 points, and he was a two-way player, causing the opponent headaches on offense and defense. And he was tremendous again. He is playing as well as anybody in the league. He is a must-watch. And we're on the call tonight, guys.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
And going up against a team that had no answer for him, we'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Lively with it. Still yet to score. Shot clock at 6. And it's Hardaway again missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And Jason Kidd has called timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Time to look at our power rankings through the last part of winter. Take a look at the Mavericks. They still have a firm hold on that second spot. Strong place to be.
And right now, the Thunder, they believed they were the best team entering the year. Others believed it too. And we've seen nothing to dissuade that assumption.
Back to Lively. Dallas moving it around. Here's Davis. Dallas again missing.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Hardaway from outside. Messi grabs the rebound. Messi's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
Gilgeous-Alexander's nothing if not a creator. He can make that pass in his sleep.
Mavericks trail by 10. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here's Hardy. Nothing on the board. Lively finds Davis to stop the drought. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They're passing on point, reading the defense and reacting. Kenny, I wish you'd react this fast when I asked you to pass it.
Now let's take a moment to recognize our Players of the Week. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
This is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Achua is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Jay. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Messi in at the 5. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
You tried to guard Kyrie without fouling, and that is a challenge unto itself. So nimble with the ball and that shifty handle.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
And so Irving nails both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Jay. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Here's Tyson. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Davis. Launches a 3. Messi grabs the rebound. Messi's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And with the success they've had rebounding in basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Irving passes to Hardy. Outside, Davis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
I'm not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
In the corner, Irving with it. Jacks up a 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
There you go, finally getting one to drop. They have to be a little better now, starting 1 for 5 in this half.
It's intercepted. Here's Tyson, and the layup falls. Tyson's got his first points of the night.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dallas. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 10. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Here's Lively. Hasn't made one yet. Outside Irving. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Messi shot is good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Irving kicks to Hardaway. There's the 3. Jay with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
To the inside. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The Thunder leading by 16. So with Davis sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. He's got Baldwin. Hardaway is out there with Irving. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Marshall in at the 3 slot.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Had the space there, but it's offline.
He wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
And the basket by Jay. Jay's got 12 points here in the second half.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Pass to Irving. Misses the layup. The Thunder shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. Muggeti. The shot from the low post is good.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Baldwin the pass to Gafford. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Thunder.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leading the defense to scramble.
And the other thing about their game tonight that they've done a terrific job of is just moving the basketball around. That's how you rack up assists.
Now here's Hardy. D right on him. Pass to Irving. Shoots from the high post. Kept alive. Back to Lively. And stolen by Achua. Stolen by Lively. And the layup's good off the glass. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And the Thunder can't hang on to the ball.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing. Scratching your head to that turn.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Tyson. In the corner, Irving with it. Drops in the tray. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
The corner three by Kyrie has a nice ring to it.
Over to the left wing. Here's Jay. And again.
We're bearing witness to one of the great scoring seasons of all time.
Greg, he's delivering night in and night out. Great games and nearing third all time for scoring in a season.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Irving. A three-pointer off the mark. The Thunder leading by 21. Pass to Misi. Here's Achua. He's guarded by Davis. Here's Jay. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Oklahoma City.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jay.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
From past the arc, Misi grabs the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Jay. Yet another bucket.
His offensive arsenal has been on full display all season long.
You're right. Now tied for third place. Points in a single season. Irving. No good on the shot.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump.
And another one falls.
All season long, he has been absolutely dominant. The scoring doesn't end with him.
Yeah, he's already left his mark on history, moving into third place for most points in a season. Amazing. Here's Jay. That three off the mark. And here's Hardy. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and
okay then, that's how we stand on business. Way to bring home that W. Time to warm up. Get ready to rock. Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
We want your time if you're here to be enjoyable and accident-free. If you're having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word "Thunder" along with your issue and seek location to 55555. A member of the Desperation Team will respond immediately. There's a great upcoming matchup featuring the participants from the team's website to follow every turn.
Don't forget to bring the family to an upcoming game.
Coming right up, the Trailblazers taking on the Thunder. For the Trailblazers, losing 7 out of their last 10 games has left a bad taste in their mouths. But tonight represents a new beginning, and they want a taste of victory once again. A festive atmosphere inside the building as we bring you Friday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Here's the starting group for Portland. We've got Avdia, also Isaiah Jackson out there, and it's Kamare in at the shooting guard position. And for Oklahoma City, inside we got Williams and Holmgren, then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Rice in at the small forward position. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
And so off the tip, it's the Trailblazers. Here's Delgado. Back to Henderson. This one for three. The Trailblazers rebound. Here's Avdia. And no good to start tonight, missing his first attempt there. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's Jay. Lays it up and in, despite excellent defense.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
Henderson, the pass to Jackson. Here's Kamare. Nails it from three.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Well, Stan, he was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always thought like a head coach.
Henderson for three. The Thunder with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Sacramento last time out.
And they got into a consistent offensive flow, largely because the defense they were facing was poor.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
Portland has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And now we go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with Mark Daigneault.
I asked him what their biggest challenge would be defensively, and his quick answer was Scoot Henderson. He said Henderson's as explosive as they come. You can't let him get out on the break and control the pace. Their hope is to force Henderson to operate in the half-court offense, but Scoot may have other ideas, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. The Thunder have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Pass to Rice. Here's Jay. Oh, from deep. No good. 3 for 4 in the game now. Henderson scanning the floor. Here's Kamari. The shot from the low post is good. Kamari's got 5 points.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
Here's Jay. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd assist of the night. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. Blazers trail by 7. Pass to Kamari. Back to Henderson. Jackson with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Henderson misses.
I mean, he's yet to make a shot this quarter. At some point, you got to look for other ways to impact the game.
And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Avdia screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Delgado. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And he lobs it up.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. This gives us a chance to check in on the season's best three-point shooting teams. Oklahoma City, number 1.
Having the shooters they have, the best three-point shooting team in the league, it opens up the whole court.
It's going to switch here. Avdia's checked in. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. From deep, Holmgren. Oh, Holmgren, the touch from Rain.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
On the court right now for Portland. Jabari Walker is out there with Mo Wagner. Then it's Denny Avdia. Then there's Anthony Simons. And it's Furphy in at the 2 spot.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Simons outside. 6 on the shot clock. Over Topic. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Simons has got 5 points.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Portland grabs the miss. They're coming off a loss against Miami.
Well, they brought the energy. They played smart as well. But the other team did too. Unfortunately, someone has to lose.
Yeah, that was two very evenly matched teams. But in the end, it came down to who executed better down the stretch.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Jackson, he's checked in for Portland. Henderson comes in for Fontecchio. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Jay in the last matchup against the Kings played some superb basketball. He dropped an amazing number of points, and once again, he was lights out from distance. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
They set the pick. Williams from long range connects from downtown. Williams has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. It's a 16-point game. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
They just couldn't get it done against this team last time. Their starters got into quick trouble because of some cheap fouls.
Yeah, and that comes down to playing reckless defense. They need to have more discipline and do a better job of guarding without foul.
Henderson outside. They need this. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Both teams will make substitutions. .152 left in the second quarter. You know, in game 2 of a back-to-back, just how drained are you from yesterday as a player?
You know, B.A., proper rest and stretching can help a lot. But you're not going to be your usual self at the start of game time. Believe that.
And that one's good. Jay.
I just love the ball.
Blazers trail by 21. And Chauncey Billups calls time out here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And if you're looking for proficiency in scoring over the last month, look no further than this group. 5th, Jalen Williams.
One of the hottest players in the league. He's been really sharp from the field recently.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Off the outside. Jackson, the screen. To the middle. And the dunk by Jackson.
Great use of the bounce pass there. You gotta love that.
Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 10-2 run here. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
And few players can be that accurate with a pass from that distance.
And then that authoritative with the finish.
That is true.
Blazers trail by 21. Pass to Kamari. Back to Henderson. It's Avdia on the wing. Three-pointer, no good. The Thunder have gotten 8 of 12 attempts to drop since the beginning of the second. And that one's good. Jay.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
The Trailblazers shooting about 41%. Jackson outside. The shot no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball.
Chet Holmgren. Rice.
23 seconds left in the second quarter. Henderson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Henderson misses.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Rice's shot is off.
Thunder foul. Number 15. Second personal foul. 13 foul.
With 1 on the clock. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder ending the period up by a staggering 23 points. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, you look at all the assisted buckets. I like how they're working together. Ball movement and selfless play can be in.
And now, as the regular season marches on, here's how things look in the West as we near the final. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Oklahoma City leading by 23. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Rice. And another one!
Up and up he goes as he continues this sensational season. Now closing in on second most points in a single campaign.
And with the way he has manhandled defenses all year long, you have to think he'll make a good run for it.
And to even come near to Wilt's mark of 3,586 points in 1963 speaks volumes for the season he has had.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Right?
It's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes.
And how sweet was that play?
Pinpoint pass, set up the alley-oop flush. The Trailblazers shooting just 38%. Their offense not where they want to be. There's a screen. Here's Delgado. Rejected by Holmgren.
He times his blocks almost perfectly. Holmgren stands his ground and forces the shooter to commit first. Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Avdia passes to Henderson. Avdia outside. 5 to shoot. Pass to Kamari. From downtown. Sinks it from distance. Kamari's gotten his third basket of the night.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing. Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Avdia outside. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Kamari, no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Outside, Williams. Here's Jay. Yet another bucket.
Scoring at a historic pace. What a treat to watch him play.
Now tied for second for all-time scoring in a season.
And to see his name sitting alongside the great Wilt Chamberlain. Obviously, elite company.
Avdia from outside. They get it again. Kamari. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible. Kamare's got 10 points.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the...
Oh, connects again.
And guys, he is now second all-time for points in the season.
A season for the ages scoring the ball.
And while Wilt Chamberlain still holds the #1 spot, he's able to bump Wilt's second best season down to third place. That's big time.
Here's Jay. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Jay's got 43 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Outside, Williams. Here's Jay. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Jay's got 45 points.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Off the outside. Pass to Kamare. Holmgren with the block. Here's Jay. Down low. Here's Williams. Nice D from Avdia. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. From the arc. A rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Back to Henderson. Pass to Jackson. Henderson outside. Looking to get it going. The shot comes out.
Well, he hasn't made a shot, and his team is losing. Time to find another solution.
Here's Jay. Holmgren with it. Defended by Avdia. Here's Jay. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And another three for Oklahoma City.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, ahead by a mile with a 38-point lead at the end of the period. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be right back with you shortly. There have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
And on the floor for another bucket. Wow!
50 points for him yet again, and I feel privileged to watch him go to work this season.
Well, now he has pulled even for the second most 50-point games in a single season. What a year.
And he's done it 30 times. I mean, it's unreal. That was the mark that prime Wilt Chamberlain established all the way back in 1963.
And that one misses. One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian, it's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up. Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
Drives to the hoop. Good.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
There's Simons with a three. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Inside. Pass to Jay. Here's Misi. Here's Jay. And yes, another basket.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Simons outside. Over Topic. From the high post, he drills it.
From the mid-range, Simons' quickness is a big advantage.
Here's Jay. Knocks down the triple. Jay's got 57 points.
His points are really adding up from the three-point line. He had 9 from distance in the first half, and he's only getting better.
Portland has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Furphy. Misi grabs the board. Misi's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Navarro. And he's going for the oop here. Pass to Jay. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
Simons passes to Fontecchio.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Achua's checked in for Oklahoma City.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Now here's Henderson. Out to the wing. Kamari. Portland again missing. Here's Jay. Off target from three-point range. Here's Delgado. Here he goes. Missed inside.
2 minutes.
Beyond the arc. Good. He hits again.
And his tear continues. We've never seen this before.
He now has the record for the most 60-plus point games in a row. Jackson, right side. Can they get it? Achua with the rebound.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And that one's good. Jay.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Oklahoma City has gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Thunder.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And the wins have been piling up for them. Tonight will be their 58th of the year.
And with the win, the season series is tied 1-1. You have to love how competitive these games have been with 2 more left to play.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jay.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
The 3. And again. 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
Henderson with a screen on Achua. To the paint. Pass to Kamari. Let's go with a 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
Drops in the 3.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. So long and good night, everyone.
I can't believe you still have the energy to get all those shots up. Even Shaq could dominate a game on offense like that. I gotta get up early tomorrow, so wait in line for some barbecue. No overtime tonight, okay?